tough.
Well, hello, Karen.
Hey, Steve, ready for another episode?
Absolutely. I saw this article and I had to share it with you because it really hits home for a lot of things that we hear all the time from small business owners, entrepreneurs. Excuses.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah. Those. hmm Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And it was an article by Harvey McKay. So that could have been written who knows how long ago, but boy, is it relevant, and especially to what we do and talk about here. And he used the word excusologist.
Oh, I like that.
I like that
I don't know
too.
about you. It's because I feel like it should be like a PhD program in excuses for some people.
Right.
I mean, it feels that way.
They're professional excuse givers or and it kind of really like made sense. And I got to read part of it because the analogy on it is so good. And we hear it in many different forms. So this is just like one quick little example. Uh, a farmer went to his neighboring farm in hopes that he can borrow some rope. Oh, good and faithful neighbor, I must regrettably refuse this simple favor, said the man. I'm using the rope to tie up my milk. But surely milk cannot be tied up with a rope, replied the would-be borrower. You're right, the refuser said. But when one does not want to do a thing, one reason is as good as another.
Oh, okay. I like that.
How many times have we heard the excuse? Probably said it too.
Oh, I've
I'm
said a
too
few.
busy. We're all
Don't
busy.
know how.
Don't know how.
I
I'm not
don't.
ready.
It's too complicated.
I'll do it later.
What will people think of me?
Oh, hey, that's not my fault.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
I never
if
said
only
that.
this had happened. Yeah, if only this had happened, I could.
Mm. But if Joe would have given me this piece of information, I could have gotten this done. And on and on. I think everyone's going to get the idea of that because we've all heard it. We've all probably said it at some point in time. And we're here to talk about that because that is one of the blocks people put up in their own business.
Yeah. Now, let's quickly clarify. There are good excuses,
There are good excuses.
but it's one out of every 10, honestly, from what I've experienced. Out of
Right.
every excuse I've heard, maybe one out of every 10, maybe even one out of every 20 has been a valid or a good excuse.
Yeah. Give them a good example of an excuse. I reached out to one of my clients and I said, "Hey, you were supposed to send me this." He wrote back about 3 hours later. "I'm so sorry. I'm at the hospital right now. They're checking out my kidneys." Well, talked to him. I called the office and said, "Hey, he's going to give this to me." And they go, "No, no, he's in the hospital right now." So they verified his story. Okay, that's not an excuse. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give me it when you can get it to me, really, because
Yeah.
that's reality. But if you just said, "Oh, I stubbed my toe and I'll get around to it after the pain goes away," that's an excuse.
I've also had it where something has genuinely happened become that is a higher priority than what you said you would do.
Right.
For example, a website crashed down and that's how you're processing payments for something. Yes, I know I'm a bitch. Sorry, Steve. But
Yeah,
if you have to say, I need to put this project over here so I can fix my processor, that's a valid excuse to why you didn't do that first project.
absolutely. It's hindering your business. So that has to get fixed first before you go on to the thing that's going to make your business look pretty or expand. You got to fix the pipeline right now. It's just like if there's a blockage in your house and your sewer's backing up. Are you going to worry about painting your room at that moment, or are you going to just get a plumber and unblock your
Mhm.
sewer lines?
So valid excuses exist. We are not denying that. We
Right.
absolutely 150% agree that there is such a thing as a valid reason that you could not get to something.
Absolutely.
But I want you to have a quick think. Think about all the excuses that you've heard, let's say in the last 30 days, Steve. I'm not asking for details. I'm not asking for what they said. How many of those excuses are you going to say were valid?
2 out of 100. I gave the one for the guy in the hospital. Okay, valid. Another one was someone missed a meeting because they had to fly back home for a family emergency. I found out that their mother was in the hospital.
Oh, incredibly valid.
And there is no father, so it's the son's responsibility to take care of the family because he's the oldest, so he had to go and take care of the family.
Absolutely valid.
Totally
For
valid.
me, maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah.
In the last 30 days that I've heard.
But
yeah.
How many times are entrepreneurs telling these excuses to even themselves, not to others?
Mm-hmm.
We'll take the website because a lot of them are always redoing their website. Always the continual process of never ending. Your website's never done.
Mm-hmm.
And it's killing you.
Yeah.
So I'll get to that page. Oh, all I have to do is load an image. Well, I don't know how to find an image. I don't know what image looks good. Let me ask 100 people what image I should use. Just excuse, when probably their first idea of an image would have worked.
Well, this actually goes, I think the website is 2 different sides of the excuse.
Yeah.
Because you have some entrepreneurs that I've met that are constantly, their website is getting rebranded every 10 days.
Oh, yeah.
Because if their website was right and it was rebranded and it looked right and it did this and it did that, that everything else would just work. And it would be wonderful every 10 days.
Exactly.
And then you have the ones that, when was the last time you touched it?
Yeah, 5 years ago. Okay, totally different. It needs an update versus the continual rebrand. Let me change the colors. I can't find the right color.
So I'm going to ask a very serious question here because we just use websites as an example. I know that's one of the things that you are battling at this moment, and it will be done before this podcast goes live. So you can't go and look at what we're talking about. How often should an entrepreneur, either themselves or hire someone or do something with their website? How often should it happen?
I would say definitely check your links because broken links happen all the time. And as you know, I always check them about every 6 months just because of busy. Now, if you're hiring a company that overdoes every month, that's what they should be doing every month. You're paying a service fee every month, right? That's what they should be doing. But if you're doing it and you're knowledgeable on it, I say once every 6 months. But if you add services or products to it, as that happens, do it right then and there. And then make sure if you are removing products and services that those links come off because the broken links kick your butt. They actually lower your ranking.
Yeah. And there's another reason why you should be touching your website weekly.
Yeah.
Put in a damn blog post or an article on your website for the SEO. No, this does not mean rewrite your front page.
No,
this is get a blog post up, get it done for your SEO, get it for your service, make sure it's in line with what you're doing. But redesigning,
it's the constant rebranding was what we're talking about, or the constant updating, but you're not updating anything. You're moving things around. You're busy to be busy, and it gives you a great excuse not to be focusing on sales, taking care of your current customers, networking, all these other things that are vital to your business.
Oh, you just made me think of another excuse. And this, I'm going to be nice and say I've heard this probably from 75% of brand new entrepreneurs. It's probably a little higher, but I'm playing the nice game. Well, I want to launch my business, but I need to have my website, my logo, my business card, my letterhead, my tagline. my branding colors, I need my hex, I need my fonts, I need my branding palette.
Hmm.
But then once I have all that, I can launch my business.
That's one of, I think, the lamest excuses that we hear a lot, unfortunately. And I know you know this. On one of my businesses, I launched with a landing page, just a landing page, one page. And it took me 10, 15 minutes to get up. Zero business cards, zero brochures. And I had a focus, and what I worked on was my pitch, my elevator pitch. My number one goal in that business, get clients.
Mm-hmm.
Did they care
I
about
want,
I didn't have a business card?
nope.
Oh, I just ordered them. I don't have them yet. No one cared. They gave me theirs, and I would email them right back with my information.
Yeah. I started with my social media profile.
Yeah, it's so easy.
And then I did that. Yeah. But it's an excuse.
It's an excuse. Just if you're going to launch a business, you got to get crystal clear, obviously, on your target market, who it's for, what problems they have, and how are you solving them, and how they can get a hold of you. I mean, but do you need the fancy website? Do you need the fancy business cards? Oh, I need the raised in 15.7 font. Stop all that madness. Stop it. You can get that later once you have income rolling in.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to give you even a little something else here right now as well. It's kind of funny. They have to find the perfect business name before they can launch.
Yeah.
I wasn't always my business name. This business name that I've been with now for what, 7-8 years was probably my fourth tweak over
Yeah.
nearly 11 years in business. And then I finally landed on exactly what I wanted.
Yeah. And my entity's name is not what my business name is. I have a DBA.
Mm-hmm.
Why? I launched the business and I go, I'll figure out a name later. It wasn't a high priority. I needed to launch. I needed to get going, started, moving, not
Yeah.
excuses.
I'm going to do a quick throwback to episode 1 of our podcast, because we did have the name and we did have the platforms and the domains all in 20 minutes. But that was because this was, let's be honest, this was a conversation that we have been having without settling on a plan for at least 3 years.
We didn't know what it would be. And then
We
one
knew
day,
it'd be something.
it would be something, but we couldn't put our finger on it because we didn't have, okay, who's it for? What problems are we had to figure that out. But when something was said and we both went, well, like the heavens opened up. Oh, the angels, we both heard them. And it felt like someone punched us right and square in the face, going, that's it.
Mm-hmm. But we've just spoken about new entrepreneurs. New entrepreneurs, the excuse, have a business card, a business name, websites, platforms. Some people even try and hire teams before they even have a penny to their name.
Right. And then they go in the hole and they wonder why they're broke.
Or they start building their business and they refuse to hire someone.
Oh, yeah, been there.
Okay. But these are all excuses. These are excuses why, honestly, I think out of the 80% of businesses that fail in the first 5 years, though small handful probably attribute to at least 50% of that 80%.
Oh, yeah.
Because they never actually kick off, because they always come up with a reason why they can't start.
No. I mean, I've heard them in so many workshops. People have been in business for year to year and they still haven't made a penny because they're still trying to get their website started or create a brochure. But once they do that, money's gonna roll in and clients are gonna flood out of nowhere.
So let's talk about, okay, we've just talked about brand new ones. What about people who've maybe been in business for a year? They have made some money. We're not going to say how much money they made. Maybe the lower standard. I think what the average, you're making money. I think they said the average small business makes around about 30 to 50,000 average. So let's say you're in the 30,000, you're in the small range, you're kind of doing something, you got something going. What are some of the excuses you've heard from them?
Well, this is where I know my business better than anyone else, and no one's going to tell me how to run it. So the ego gets in there. Or they refuse to listen to their clients' wants and needs on their products and services and refuse to change anything or hire someone.
Time is the biggest excuse, and I
Oh,
hear time being used in two different ways.
yeah.
I hear the time, I don't have time to do that. I mean,
Oh, come on.
I don't have the list I have that I want to do. I do not technically have the time to achieve everything on that list that I want, which is why I hire people and send them the stuff and say, do this.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And it's where you've got things on your list and you do have the time, but you're making excuses to why you don't have the time. But the other one I hear, and I don't think we talk about this, I haven't really heard anyone talk about this, is I got into business so I can be in charge of my own time. So I know I need to do this, but I want to go golfing instead. That's why I got into business.
Yeah. Gee, I haven't heard that in one. But
That was
people,
sarcasm, right?
yeah, I don't know how many times I've talked to entrepreneurs, been in business 2, 3 years. They're barely making it, but they're playing golf or whatever, not working on their business, moving it to a comfortable spot. And then they're starving and complaining about it, but they're their own boss. And I have time and freedom to do this when in reality, they shouldn't be doing that. They should be working on their business a little bit more, still have life balance. It's different for everyone. But when you skip a half a day and you're the one who should be at sales meetings or networking, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they tell you that's where you meet people. I have to go to these events because this is why I have to go to the golf, or I have to go to the football, or I have to go
Right.
to the basketball, because that's where I meet the people who make the money. But the entire time you're there, you don't say one word to them.
Nope. See it all the time.
Yeah, it's an excuse.
So it's funny you mention that because I have a friend who has to go to like playoffs and Super Bowls, and his company always gets a suite. It's part of their deal because they're a vendor of NFL. He closes more deals in the suite during the Super Bowl than all the other days of the year.
Yeah.
And they take prospective clients or their high-end clients and they close more deals. He says he has to go there with blank contracts in his back pocket. It goes that fast and furious in that suite. And
But
they're all
that's not an
networking.
excuse. That's
That's
not
not
an
an
excuse.
excuse. He's a doer.
Hmm.
He took the excuses out. He admitted his first year he went and palm pressed and had a good time and didn't come out with any business. So his boss gave him the riot act, like you're there to do business, bro.
Okay. So, question for you. What is the excuse that pisses you? I'm talking the one that makes you scream into the abyss.
I just had this one this week.
Mhm.
I'm too busy to respond to sign up for this. I'm too busy. Oh, well, then I'm too busy. And then all of a sudden the website crashed. You got to fix your website. Oh, I'm too busy to like open up my phone and say yes. Or I'm too busy. It was just nonstop, too busy. Meanwhile, we're in a room full of entrepreneurs that are all running their own businesses. And it's like, stop it. And I had to say it out loud, stop it. Everyone's busy. That's the lamest excuse. If you want to do something, you're going to make the time to do it.
I know you really well, and I think I'm going to make you even more pissed off than that. The ones that turn around and it's somebody else's fault.
Oh, Jesus. I hate that one too.
I think that's worse than that I'm busy, because it's not that I'm busy. Is, well, that person was supposed. Well, did you tell that person? No.
Well,
So how
did
were
you?
they supposed to know?
Yeah.
Or the scope creep.
Oh, yeah. Scope creep. I learned that one a long, long time ago. And when I was doing consulting. So I made sure that box was an iron box, not a cardboard box. And I would make sure I wouldn't go outside that box on their scope because that was killing me and they're taking advantage of you.
But it's their excuse for them not to do
Their
something that
excuse.
they need to do because they want to push it off on someone else.
Right. Oh, we didn't clean up our database. Can you take care of that for us? Because we were so busy. Or John didn't do it. He was sick for a half a day because he was playing golf, really.
Yeah. But I think the point that you made, and I love the rope for a milk,
Yeah.
because most of the time these excuses have absolutely nothing to do with what the product or the item or the thing is that needs to be done.
It's like, well, I didn't get to that because a butterfly flapped his wings a little too hard in Japan.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
okay, so we've just bitched about it. Okay, you've just heard a rant. You've heard what frustrates us. We want to know what frustrates you. But Steve, how do we fix this? I know I've done it. I've done excuses. I will own my excuses today, every day, next day, next year. I will own them always because I've had them.
Always.
I,
Yeah,
I I probably will have one tomorrow for something.
absolutely. I own mine too. And it's like I start saying it and I stop myself going, that's an excuse.
Mhm.
Stop it.
Yeah. So how do we stop excuses? Give us the magic,
Oh,
other than kicking us in the ass.
first one, you got to be self-aware. So like I had to become self-aware about that. It's kind of like once I start saying it, I would yell at myself, stop it. I'm making an excuse. Even nowadays, am I too busy? Yes. Wait, I have my day planned. I'm sorry, that is not in today's plan. I can get to it and then I'll say it instead of I'm too busy.
The boundaries.
The
Don't
boundaries.
take on everything. If you can't do something today, because we just had, even before we got on here, I sent something for you to look at. You said, my day's packed. I'm like, great, it's in your inbox. Let me know
Yeah.
when. I'm not going to be bugging you tonight. Did you look at it? Because I know
Mhm.
today's packed.
Yeah,
But set the boundaries, but then actually do it. Have,
exactly.
I think the number one thing I see, well, I'm going to give you a couple of things here that I see most entrepreneurs do not have. And these are the ones that will tell you things aren't going right. They don't have a calendar set up.
Hmm.
They don't have any form of planning tool or planner or even a notebook to do their to-dos in. You don't have to pay for a planner. You can use a notebook that magically works too.
You know me
And
and
they,
composition books. I
me
love them.
too. Yeah. And they
No
don't have a
excuse.
CRM.
Correct.
And if you have those three things, what happens to your excuses?
You're just not utilizing the tools you have at your fingertips. Now you got more excuses. Because you just mentioned something about prioritizing tasks. That's actually one way to get rid of your excuses.
Mm-hmm. So how do they prioritize it? Give us the magic.
Oh, you can't eat an elephant in one bite. So you got to break it down in smaller chunks. So Karen and I are part of an accountability group, and my website crashed, and I said, "Great, my goal for the whole week is 3 pages." I didn't say the entire website, that's eating the elephant, but 3 pages throughout the week, knowing what my schedule is doable. Now, if I would have said I'd have the whole thing done in one week, and then I only got done with 3 pages, that's an excuse. So I'm being
Mm-hmm.
realistic with myself. I'm having clear goals, which is what you should have too. I have my priorities. I put it on my calendar. I must work on it these hours.
Yeah.
And it's a challenge. You got to embrace the challenge too, because how many times you hear an excuse, I can't do that because it's too hard? They never
Too
say
hard,
that.
too much time.
It
I
costs
got
money.
frustrated.
You know,
And then when you ask them how much money was going to cost, well, it was $6, and I didn't know if the $6 was worth it while they're drinking a $10 coffee drink and going
right.
out to a $60 menu place.
Hmm.
And but the $6 add-on to make sure that their calendar is fully synced with everything is too much.
Exactly.
But I think you brought up a good point. with the accountability, because I know we do accountability groups different, which is what we've launched,
Right.
is these accountability groups, because we do have the big picture, but then the bites.
Right.
And everyone either goes all in on the big or all in the bites. They don't put them together.
Right. And it's true. You got to have that goal. It's just like in business. What's your end goal? Your exit strategy. And then you have milestones, mini goals on the way to go to the big goal. And it could be for anything. It could be like, hey, I want to buy a new car. Great. Find the car you like now, get a picture of it. How much is it? And then start saving mini milestones. Save how much do you need a month to make the savings to buy the car or put a down payment or something. Those are mini goals.
Yes. What are some other ways to overcome excuses? Let's give people, we're not going to take your excuses anymore. I'm sorry. You've got them. Suck them up. I'm done. Well, how else can we get them to do it?
Seek a solution. So we've kind of said that. It's like if you're stuck and on your way to your goal, I can guarantee you there's pros out there that will help you get unstuck real fast. And we've said this on the podcast, be surrounded with, like-minded people. And I swear when you have that moment, you can seek out that solution. And I bet someone will have it. And they've been there, done it many times. And they'll be more than happy to help you.
There's another thing for that too. It's a magical place. It's this amazing invention.
Oh, that.
There's so, I mean, like seriously, if more people knew about this, it would change their lives. But I agree. From the excuses, I don't think many people know that of its existence.
Well, I think we're about ready to unveil one of probably the biggest shockers that most entrepreneurs don't know exists.
Drum roll. Okay, I'll let you, because you spell it. You can actually spell it very quickly and very well. Get your pen and papers. Get pen and papers. This is the biggest takeaway you will ever get. Trust me.
Yeah. Google.
You were supposed to spell it.
Oh, Google. See, I don't follow directions either.
But you see, that is the answer to so many excuses.
It is. It cracks me up. And and we both use this in workshops and other places when they say, well, I don't know where to find that information. And I've always gone, it's this thing, it's revolutionary. It's going to blow your mind. Be ready for it. And I go, the internet. It's a connectivity tool to almost anything in the world right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they are like, you're a jerk or whatever. It's like, no, you gave me a lame excuse. I'm going to give you a really ridiculous answer.
Look, I think I'm going to say something that is going to piss off the majority of coaches, consultants, and service-based providers right now. The information for everything that you want to do is out there for you to find. Every single thing. There is very, very little that is new, unique, untapped, unheard of, untouched, uncovered. It is out there. And you have a choice. You're an entrepreneur. You have a choice. You can either use your time, your energy, your resources, or your money to get to an end result.
Mm-hmm.
And each of those things don't dictate whether or not you can or cannot get to the result. It dictates how quickly and how successfully you get to that result.
That's it. So I think what we're really getting down and dirty on is stop telling yourself excuses. Stop telling other people excuses. Will everything be perfect if you pull the trigger and just move forward? No, but when you keep delaying, and excuse, do you think it's going to be perfect then? Probably worse. You've overthought it.
I can give you an absolute example for right now. I have been working on something for several months. It got back from my editor. I was ready to publish it and I held off for 6 months, and I was like, "Ugh." And then last week I was just like, okay, fine, it's up. And I got my copy of it, okay, in the mail. Guess what? I realized I forgot I didn't do something with the sizing on the pages. And if you see the video, my text is small and I need to increase the text. Is that stopping me from actually? No, I'm just going to redo the upload and fix the next batch of books. Like, okay.
Right.
But I could have, I used it for an excuse for 6 months to not publish because I couldn't get to it. And I was like, shit, do it. Everything you can do it.
Do it.
I like to say, do it like Apple. I love Apple's plan. They launch something, and what happens every time they launch a product? Within 36 hours, normally.
They have a list of things they need to fix. And
they have an update.
And they also have things they wanted to add in, but didn't because they had a launch date. And they were going to hit the launch date no matter what. Mm-hmm. And that's on every single item that they have. They always want to add more bells and whistles on things, but they know just get it out. Minimum viable product. They live by that.
Yeah. And if they need to fix something, it's called an update.
That's it.
So if you're waiting for perfection, that's an excuse. You're waiting for more time. You're in charge of your time and organizing it.
Right.
If you're waiting for knowledge, either look for it or hire someone for it. It's there. Everything you can tell me that is the problem with your business. No, I'm going to take that back, because I have seen some businesses where I've gone, yeah, no. But I'm so glad you brought up that article. That article's PhD in excuses.
Yeah, and we hear it a lot. And you got to work hard on this to get it out of your life. I swear to God, your life will change once you get rid of the excuses and start realizing that's what's hurting your business. It's hurting your life, your personal life. What kills me about excuses, I'm going to say this one's an excuse I hear from people, a bucket list. One day, well, why not today?
Yeah, what's stopping you? I don't have time to keep up with what's going on in my industry.
That's critical. If you're,
But how many times have you heard that from different industries?
Oh, I'm not in the industry association because I don't have time. Meanwhile, that would help them grow their business faster and easier.
I'm going to give you a current excuse, and I really want your take on this. AI. AI is destroying us. I can't learn AI. I'm too old. Exactly. I'm not. I can't do that. I'm not technical enough.
It's going to take my job.
It's going to take my job. Oh, well, I'll just give it to everything to AI, and then I don't have to think about it. That's another one. That's bad too.
That's bad. You got to still be involved in the process. It's a tool, people. AI is a tool. And don't have that as your excuse. Or, everyone's going to know it's written by AI. Not if you know how to use the tool right, and put you in it. Put your flavor on it. Don't just take what AI spits out and they're done. That's laziness. That's not even an excuse. That's just lazy.
Are there any excuses? I mean, every excuse can either come down to knowledge, time, money, effort. Motivation's another one. I don't have the motivation. I've heard that one.
Tomorrow I'll start going to the gym.
That's a time one, and money one, and motivation.
That's a lot of things. It's a big excuse.
Is there anything else? Oh, my health won't let me do this. I think that's an entrepreneur one, and I'm actually going to call on you to talk about this, Steve, because you had an incident, last year, where your health, it was pain-based.
Yeah.
Totally derailed you.
Yeah.
So how is health part of the excuses and being focused on being an entrepreneur?
Yeah, you got to take care of your health. And I was pretty active, keeping up with it. It happened. And it literally put me on the floor for 6 weeks. Couldn't get off the floor. I couldn't do anything. I was in so much pain, I couldn't focus on anything. But I was always taking care of my body, and it just happened. And that's going to derail people. It's not an excuse. That was hardcore reality. But once I got vertical again, what did I do?
Oh, you say going to all the appointments. You have that. You swing upside down every day.
Yeah, love hanging upside down. But everything I didn't do in those 6 weeks, I didn't make an excuse about being flat on the floor and all that. I'm like, I'll get to it. Now I'm going to prioritize what's the hottest to the coldest. And you saw I was like a tornado for the next 3 months, and I got more than caught up and way ahead. It kind
I
of
actually want to
motivated me.
I want to give you credit for something though that you did that you didn't even mention just then.
What?
You realize it was a back injury, so
Yeah.
there was different positions you couldn't be in, sat at a desk, things like that. That was like, no. You could have decided not to do a lot of things, but I remember having a conversation with you, and you were like, "Oh, I was using voice to text to dictate everything into emails because I couldn't stand up and do it. I was doing this to do this." You were coming up with, how can I work? I can either say, this is here, this is causing this right now, or what can I do to at least achieve part of what I need?
Right. Yeah.
That's how you get past excuses.
That's it. You're right. I forgot. I set up my laptop on voice to text on everything. So, because I couldn't put the laptop even on my chest, it hurt so much. So I had to like cock my head to the side and talk literally out the side of my mouth to my laptop. But stuff got done. Not everything I wanted to get done, but you know what? I knew, let's take care of this first. And then I'm not building bombs here. It can wait a little bit.
Yeah. And you have a choice. You're an entrepreneur listening to this.
Yeah.
You are a entrepreneur that are ready to start off. You're a small business owner. You're even, maybe if you're a mid, because I've even seen CEOs of large companies do this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If your goal is to get from A to B, and A to B is a reasonable goal, I'm saying that on purpose, because the entrepreneurs I hear that go, I'm going to be $1 million company in the first 30 days, and they have a $20,000 a year idea right now until they can scale it.
Right.
I'm not saying it won't become $1 million company, but being in the first 30 days, not being practical.
Right.
If your goal is to get to A to B and it's practical, it's realistic, and something is stopping you from doing it, and you are not finding out how to overcome that, you're guilty of one thing: having an excuse.
Yeah.
Own it.
That's it. There's plenty of resources. This is where I think, part of being in that accountability group really helps us, because it's a zero, for the folks, accountability, zero excuses. You can't say, hey, I was going to, go pick up groceries this week, but I got so busy, I forgot. So, I mean, that's excuses, but let's say, okay, great. Oh, I found out I had COVID and I couldn't leave the house. Well, you can also, if you're really desperate, you can have it delivered nowadays. So there are workarounds on many of your own excuses as well.
Just be creative. It doesn't have to be the exact way you intended it to be.
Right.
Thinking outside the box is one of the biggest assets you can have as an entrepreneur. And yes, we've told you some funny stories. Like literally, I've cracked up at some of the stories I've heard. We've got on calls after we've heard some of these excuses. Go, okay, Steve, I've had a new one.
Yeah. We can't make this stuff up. It's that good. And to these people telling us this, they buy that BS.
Yeah, we had someone who hadn't even launched their business, but was being stopped by a $1 billion company who had targets on them.
Yeah.
And we were like, how's that happening? And they couldn't tell us any of it. And we're just like, could not figure out for the life of us. Yeah, all these things are excuses. We have heard the majority of them. And I'm willing to actually give a free coaching session from me to somebody if you can put an excuse in the comments that shocks us. You put an excuse in the comment that we haven't heard before. If you any of our platforms, you give us an excuse, an actual excuse, and don't try and make up some like dragons ate my homework thing, like a real life thing
real
that
one.
makes us go, damn, I'm going to convince Steve, will you come in on a one-on-one free coaching session for that person?
Yeah.
Me and you with them for 1 hour, Zoom, private, fixing your business. You just have to shock the hell out of us.
And don't AI that junk. It has to be real.
It's got to be real. It has to be real. Because to win it, we're going to make you prove it. Yeah. We want receipts. We want receipts because we've heard so many. But what was the saying? Excuses are like assholes.
Yeah, everyone's got one.
Yeah. And you just, it's up to you if you're going to wipe it or not.
So if you really want your business to grow, get it to where you want it to be, your goals, your dreams, kill the excuses, get rid of them right away.
And if you don't know how, write it down.
Yeah.
And then go to that magical Google land and say, how do I deal with X?
Nothing needs to be perfect. I mean, well, I work out quite a bit. And I've had people going, well, I can't work out yet because I didn't get an outfit. You have shorts and a t-shirt and tennis shoes? Yeah, done. But it doesn't matter. No one cares at the gym except you. They're all too busy.
They're not looking. They're not looking at you.
No.
And you know what? There's this wonderful thing called, you can go to your pantry and get a couple of cans of food and use those as weights and do it in your home. Absolutely. There's 1,000,001 ways that you can do anything that overcomes any excuse. We've heard them all. Please, I'm begging. I want to be reading these and going, oh my, what the fuck? I want to what the fuck. Please, I want that. I'm desperate for that because that would just crack me up so bad.
And believe it or not, Karen and I have heard this from an entrepreneur that went to both of us independently, and then we shared notes. The dog ate my business plan.
Yeah.
They actually told us that. And we're like, that excuse is decades old.
Mm-hmm. I actually had a dog excuse, which was actually a really good excuse. This will make you laugh. I was talking to someone and they were pissed off at themselves because they had a brick and mortar location and they had to open an hour and a half late. The reason they had to open an hour and a half late is the dog actually ate their key fob. And that was how long it took for a locksmith to get to the business. Oh, jeez. To the store. But that was okay, your dog, but you didn't just say my dog ate my key fob. Let me wait till the dog poops it out in 3 days and not run my business.
Right.
They called a locksmith. And that was a funny story for them to keep telling everyone.
Yeah. So folks, please, for the love of everything, stop with the excuses. Your business will be a lot better. I swear, what will also happen is you're going to notice you're going to be seen in a totally different light, not as that excuse person. You're always busy. You're always blah, blah, blah. And just nothing but excuses. We all know those people. I avoid them like the plague. So does everyone else because it's just Debbie Downer stuff. You want to be around the person who is that humble but getting stuff done. And then you always ask them, how are you able to do this? Because Karen and I get that question, I think, on every single podcast. I got it up. I did a podcast yesterday. You do all these things. How do you do it? And I go, calendar. I have a calendar.
Oh my God. my calendar. Well, you know me. I just got told this week officially I am OCD. What? Am I OCD? Yeah, I know. It's such a shock. But one of my OCDs is my schedule. My schedule has to be organized and on top of it, which means my calendar, my journal, my planner, my wall planner, my phone, everything has to be synced. And if it's not, I lose my shit.
Right.
Because that's how I get everything done, plus raise 5 kids, plus deal with everything else, plus be on a board of a nonprofit, plus. And I'm not telling you that to have an ego that I get all this shit done. I'm telling you that if I can do it, and if Steve can do it, And if some mega CEO people can do it, and I can list so many entrepreneurs that are killing it, if they can do it, guess who else can? Steve's got it. So
let's hear those crazy real excuses.
And we'll pick the best one.
Yep.
It'll be fun.
We're not there to sell you anything. We're there to help you overcome that dang excuse or whatever other excuses you have.
Yeah, it will be a 100% no ties, no strings attached video chat with Steve and I to fix whatever you need.
Yeah.
For excuses.
Yeah. No AI stuff.
No AI. Do not use AI. And I can tell it's AI. I develop it. So don't try and BS me.
And I reverse engineer it. So so between the two of us, you got the front end and the back end. So it's like, oh.
But I think this was a good wake-up call. And we're going to post that. I'll post a bit about that article too when we post this podcast. I think everyone needs to read that. Yeah,
it's a good one. And Harvey McKay, boy, is he just get right to the heart of things.
Mm-hmm. Kudos. All right. Well, make sure you like, subscribe, give us a rating. 5 stars is always appreciated. And comment. We want to have your stories because we want to talk with you and build this community. Thanks for bringing that article up this week, Steve. I actually really like that.
It hit at the right time after a board meeting I was at, and I just heard 2 people with pure excuses, and then I came across that article. I was like, oh, and perfect intervention.
Yeah. Whatever it is. Okay. So we'll see you on the next episode.
Yeah.
And stop your bullshit. That's all we're going to leave with. Stop the bullshit. Do the stuff.
Get her done. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining us on the Tea and Coffee Hub podcast today. We hope you enjoyed today's conversation and it left you inspired, equipped, and ready to take your next step, whether that's in life, business, or maybe both.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss future episodes, and connect with us online and in person. Share your thoughts in the comments section. Until next time,
keep sipping,
keep growing,
take action,
and